Good evening. Got some interesting news here. I've been doing some investigating. If you looked at my prior flights, I have not been able to, leave an airport that does not have trees growing up in the middle of it, or land at another airport that has a ramp built into the middle of it. And so I've been trying to, figure out what's going on. Why is this happening? What's going on here? So I believe that I've got to the basis of it. And give me 1 second here. Okay, so I think I got to the bottom of it, going back and forth. As you can see, here you got trees. This is Petersburg, Alaska. Here and okay, so there's my Air Canada flight. Okay. Now, and then let me shoot over to Ketchikan, where we've been flying for the last couple of days, trying to land a normal flight. Okay. Alrighty, so this is sunny Ketchikan, and if you notice, you'll see the ramp on the freeway. On the free runway, and same here, and here, as well as on the taxiway here. The chingaderos here that make no sense whatsoever. Here. So what we're gonna do is I don't know if it'll do it while I'm actually in it, but I'll give it a whirl. Okay. Okay, so just making sure that it's closed. It's not okay. Closed. All right, so let's just go right back into it now. This is X-Plane. I don't have the beta version here. This is the regular version. It does have Sim Heaven on it. I have some versions here. If you saw my desktop, you saw that I have multiple versions of X-Plane 12. And because that's what's really nice about X-Plane is that it is not as heavily laden as Microsoft, so that I can put like a regular version, a beta version, test it against auto ortho or even Map Enhancement, and see how it goes. Now, I did go through before I go into it, everything here to try to figure out what was going on as far as Map Enhancement. These were all connected to the different versions of X-Plane 12. And I even went so far as to go into here to clear the cache, the all these and whatnot. You know, in the event, I mean, there's actually a button on Map Enhancement where you can clear the cache, so it'll have to download, which is very fast because Auto Author before, if it had to download, you would have a lot of fragmentation of your video. But this has been very smooth, 100%. I was impressed with the number of files. But the unfortunate part is that I found that by simply having it on, I was having these issues. And so when I came out, because I did look at it before my earlier flight, and so I was kind of surprised when I had Map Enhancement, opened it up, and there's like a jungle. So, yeah, since Ketchikan was the last airport we were in, let's go take a quick look at Ketchikan and see, you know, what's going on now. This is a very fast computer, isn't it? And this is actually on the C drive. Okay. So we've landed in Ketchikan. Welcome to sunny Ketchikan. Can we rotate this around? Looks a little different. Obviously, it's not quite as enhanced. Oh my goodness. Okay. What's up with that runway? Okay. I'm going to close it for just 1 second. Sorry. Don't change the... Okay, so... One moment. Okay, we'll go with the beta. I think the beta also has Sim Heaven on it. What I found interesting was that earlier when I checked this, after I cleared everything, that everything was normal again. I had a normal airfield, I had a normal runway, everything was fine until I put the Map Enhancement back on, and then there we are. So this is the beta version. The first one was the default. The one prior to this that I had in here was default. Okay. And if you notice, look at the weather. It's a little different. Um, that was something that I noticed that with Map Enhancement, we're in Ketchikan. This is beta, no no Map Enhancement. Let me just go ahead and so we can pan around. As you can see, really nice runway. There's no bumps on it. There's no hills or anything whatsoever. Now let's go over to Petersburg. Okay. Okay. And once again, look at the weather. Before it was, and granted, it's overcast, but it's closer to, if you call, well, if you were on the earlier previous flight that I was in, when I was reading it was VFR conditions, light snow. Well, these are birds here. Light snow, VFR conditions, whereas this was overcast, and once you got about 600 feet in the air, you were in the clouds, which is not VFR conditions. But this is now Petersburg, which does not have a jungle growing in the middle of it. Granted, I don't have the village that I quite had before with it behind it, but I'll take this. Little wavy road. But here we go. This is the city of, I pointed out that I'd like to go down and see where it goes. And this is going into the city of Petersburg to the water, where you can go fishing and all of that straight from the airport. Looks like the airport literally is put out to the edge of town with no chance of the city growing up. Although I've wondered about this when I've kind of pointed that out, going like, wow, are they excavating this? Because this looks like homes right here. And it's like, are they building into it, the side of the mountain? Because I live in Arizona, and where Vince Vaughn lives and some of the other stars, this is what the mountainside looks like as they build their homes into it. Not that I'm giving away Vince's secrets or anything, so you didn't hear it from me. So let's go ahead and make a quick flight. This one should be a lot more uneventful. The last flight with all the ice and everything, and we skidded across the field and everything trying to take off, and then the landing will just let's just go ahead and do that. What kind of plane am I flying? A320? Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and treat this like it's a normal flight. Okay. Yep. Okay. Just wanted to make sure everything's the way I like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these on. One too many. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Kev from the flight deck. On behalf of X-Plane Addicted and Passenger Effects, welcome aboard.
Okay, get some background chatter while I'm doing my thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new version of Passenger Defects, brought to you by Explain Addicted. Welcome aboard. This is... Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new version of... Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new version of Passenger Defects, brought to you by Explain Addicted. Welcome aboard. This is a custom sound file that you can replace with one of your own. Just make sure, when you replace this sound, that it is named exactly the same as the original.
Okay. Alright, so let's just go ahead and, now that we got a little chatter out of the way, okay. I am a big fan of the Leap engines because I think they're just kind of cool, kind of neat. Right, it's the same thing as before. I think there was kind of an issue with this before, but let's go ahead and just go ahead and do it manually then. Flight level 260. And we're taking off runway 5, and it's a direct flight, no SID. Oh, okay. We're going to be landing, we're going to do 2.9, do an RNAV to 2.9er, and there's no star on there either. So let's see, starting from here. Okie dokie. Okay, so that's really nice. Whoops. So let's get the performance down here. Okay, 137. Wow, that's a lot lighter than the last flight. And Wow. Fine. Okay, so a little bit of extra time. Okay, just in case I need to go around. Okay, so we've got that all set up here. So let's go ahead and get this reset. Okay, let me run this real fast. Just get a quick MEDAR on this situation. Not that I don't believe it, but because according to this, we are under IFR conditions. Real world. Okay. Okay, so this is -5 degrees. There's no wind. 2987. It does not believe me. It says liar. Okay. Light snow, mist. So we'll go with that. What's my temperature? Light snow. It could be fluffy. We'll go with that. Okay. Alrighty, so we've got that all set up here, so let's go ahead and get that put in here. Still wants to do a stall, so we're going to be 3 with a 1.4 up. Okay. Alright, could have sworn I heard her door close. Like we're battened up. And it looks like there is a little bit of snow on the ground here, a little frostiness to it. Okay. Alright, so just waiting. Okay. Alright. I'll have them remove the chocks. get that in a position 1. Okay. Go ahead and leave that off for the moment. Okay. Whoops. That's a little too far out. Just a little closer. Not by much. Okay. Clear to turn 1. Turning 1. Got into rotation. When I used to work the flight line, one of the things I thought was really cool was if you get in the right position, you can actually see when it lights off, because you'll see the flame go down the tunnel. Okay, we got a light off. Clear to turn 2. Turning 2. Got it into rotation. The only thing missing, I saw more say with CFM56s on the 757s or the CF6s on the 67s, is you would see a trail from of dust as the intake as it pulls up the inlet into the engine. You see little sparks in the blades. Okay, about to get a light off on number 2. There we go, light off. So, according to our forecast, we got overcast 2600, broken at 17 for Petersburg. I'm not exactly seeing overcast at 26, but okay. Go ahead and wand this guy. Okay, brake check completed.
enjoy the takeoff. The captain has made tower communications available, so if you would like to monitor the air traffic system, just tune your radio to channel 9, and your headsets are in the seat pocket in front of you. We'll give you a little more information about our service plans right
Approaching
as soon as we're
2-3.
on the air. Thank you, and again, welcome aboard.
Okay. This U.S.
On
Southwest
runway
Airlines taxi.
23.
Be nice. Okay. Yeah, I knew that. Okay.
One 100 remaining.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and turn up APU. We're not gonna need it.
On runway 05.
Positive rate of climb. Goodbye PAPG. Thank you. Look at that view. It's beautiful mountains. They don't have all the snow on it that the Map Enhancement had, but I do like the detail. I am impressed. not as scenic as with the Map Enhancement, but I don't know. I guess I kind of prefer taking off on a nice clean runway without any vegetation growth in it, as well as closer to the atmospheric conditions that are outlined in my ATIS. So we're
Ladies
good
and
there.
gentlemen, we have now passed the altitude of 10,000 feet. All electronic devices may now be switched off from airplane mode. This aircraft is equipped with Wi-Fi. Please see a flight attendant for more information.
A little ways to go before we have to worry about that. Landing configuration. There we go. A little bit of snow in the mountains. $16,000. Okay. Go ahead and head off. Get our brakes to where they should be. Sorry.
Altimeter setting.
Okay. So, okay, so GPS primary, top climb, ballpark about 30 miles out from the top of the plane. So 60 miles ballpark. Clouds now. Okay, so much is our view of Alaska for a little bit anyway. Are you serious? Okay. Okay, so alrighty, so coming in to Ketchikan, as we have here, where we've got okay, this is Zulu time. We've got calm winds at 0, but according to the official report, we've got 5 knots coming out of the east, 140 degrees. We've got 3 miles of visibility, scattered to 60. We've got -5 with a dew point of -8. Here, the altimeter is 3006. The official report has it at 2989. I'm going to go with the official report. Winds 140, and that's 5 knots. Cinco. It's 29. Okay. No warnings, light snow, mist. So we're gonna go with wet again. Anti-ice, yeah. We're gonna do all of that. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and turn it on. Okay. Excuse me, 151. No. Ball medium on the brakes. The TRs are going to be on. And it says, yeah, your plane's, it's fat. It's heavy. We don't like it. And it can't give me a agreement on the airspeed, VAPP. Bummer, dude. This wing elevation is 92. I don't believe you, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. Around mid-top. I believe it's 8-9, right? Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be serving you with cold drinks and a light snack.
Nothing like having a little soda pop. Okay. 134. Okay. And top of descent is in about 36 miles. Okay. Take a look out to the fluffy oblivion. There's a break in the clouds to the west of us, or at least to my right. Oh, I see water. Not anymore. Now I see clouds. So let's go take a quick look here, because time can get away from you when you're really enjoying the sky. We've got about 9 miles on the top of descent, and not yet. Okay. Looks like we're in the ballpark again, so okay. Go ahead and do that. Okay, and it's coming down. You can definitely see it coming down. Okay, let's see. Okay. Might as well go ahead and leave it there. Wait for it to tell me to adjust my altimeter. Okay. Now, according to our weather report for the greater Ketchikan, Alaska metropolitan area, looks like we have 2,000 foot deck, but scattered from 2,000 between 2 and 3,000. It's overcast at 4. So, I don't know. I have questions, considering we're at 15,000, and yet, yeah, 15,000, and I can see the ground, but okay. Say Minnesota's land of a million lakes. Alaska, practically every fisherman has his own fishing hole. We've got quite a few lakes. I guess when you have land that's been ravaged by glaciers and what they leave behind, the lakes,
Altimeter setting.
as evidence of their prowess, you go along with it. And granted, Minnesota was hit by a glacier so huge it created the Great Lakes. So Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, that whole area there. Even though a lot of our glaciers here in Alaska are melting, we still have the Matanuska Glacier outside of Anchorage. Portage Glacier, which was something we used to go down the Kenai Peninsula and take a look at back in the 70s when I was a child, is now a pile of rocks. It no longer exists, and there's not even water. It's kind of interesting now because you can go out there and you'll see the observation deck that goes out on a pier, and of course you have the binocular, I guess it would be a binocular, but one eye to zoom in on rocks because the glacier's gone. There's a huge glacier outside of Valdez, which we did what they say you're not supposed to do, and that's kind of go into it and explore it a little bit, because you can get lost, and it's kind of scary in a way, because you were surrounded by ice. Granted, the ice is also an insulator of cold and heat. It wasn't cold, it was summertime, but it wasn't cold in the glacier. But sure was not fun finding our way out. One of those things you go, mental note, never do that again. And so far, I haven't. Let me get over here. Adjust this right lookout. Okay. Okay. Look at it as if I was the first officer looking out the window from his position. Okay. Oh, we're coming in nicely. Oh my goodness, we're definitely below 10, so we haven't dropped the gear yet. Okay, so as we did before, we're actually flying over Ketchikan now, a mile high. We're going to more or less circle around this mountain, come back down in the valley, and make a landing. Hopefully we will not have a BMX ramp on the runway like we've had in the past. Get brake setting at
2,500. 2,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2,500. 2,000.
Why does that sound like
2,500. 2,000.
it sounds like a warning I'm about to fly into a mountain? Okay, what's my velocity?
2,500.
Yeah.
2,000.
Very fast. Okay.
500.
Mm-hmm. Get that localizer up. Those leading edge slats out. That is nice view.
$2,500. 2,000.
Okay, I'm 13 miles out.
2,500. 2,000. 1,000.
Go ahead and drop the flaps. Get some immediate drag out here.
$2,500. 2,500.
Okay.
Two 2,500.
Sorry about that. My bad. I have 3 greens. Brakes are on medium.
2,000.
Theoretically on finals, so give it the full brake treatment on the landing gear, on the nose gear. Okay. Ballpark of 160. I think I can trust you to bring it on in from here. Okay. We've got full flats now. So, go ahead and get you out of my way.
$1,000.
Thank you.
100 above.
You're 100 above.
Minimum.
I got your minimum. Go ahead. Why am I looking at 2 different things? There it is. Okay.
Approaching 29.
Thank you.
500.
Okay.
400. 300. 200.
Oh, really? Dude, you're gonna give me a warning now? I'm busy.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
5,000 feet remaining. Caution, short runway, short runway.
Welcome to our destination. For your safety and comfort, we ask you to remain seated until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please check around you for any belongings. Also, please use caution when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have shifted during the flight. Thank you for flying with us, and have a pleasant day. Flight attendants disarm doors.
Okay. Sorry about the left and right action. seems like at certain speeds, the nose wheel tends to go have a mind of its own and go left and right, and whatever it feels like doing. I didn't hit a brake. I have no idea why the plane stopped on its own. It had no reason to do it, but it did. Here we go again. I kid you not. I actually had opposite direction. Serious? The strangest thing that when the brakes are applying all by themselves, I'm not even touching it, and yet here we are. Same thing with the wheels. All of a sudden we're veering right or left. I guess no such thing as an uneventful flight with this guy. Go check way off the line. Okay. That was off. Go ahead and leave that one on. And we can leave these on as well. Oxygen right there. Okay. Chock them wheels. Alrighty, so catch can. No ground faults, as in no trees growing through the ground, and no, there was a little chingadero on the runway, but nothing major, nothing that I, as opposed to what we were dealing with before. But let's go take a look at that landing. That map out of my way. Okay. I think I was pretty close to that landing zone. Not that I'm aiming for a target. Well, okay. Sorry for munching in your ear if you heard me munching. Chocolate bar is not going to eat itself. That is a really plane's coming here really slow. Oh, that's why. Hello. Sorry about that. Oh, did we bounce? Ah. Retournez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Okay. Well. Down. Adelante. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we are. Flyer to the ground. Okay, so let's have it at normal speed now. Okay. Okay, so let's see that from the tower. There's the wharf. Wasn't showing the activity like it did before. That was the wharf over here. These two. It's not showing it. I like the way it's shimmering. Welcome to Catch a Can. Okay, so there was. I still didn't even check whatchamacallit on that, did I? Okay, so let's get the chase view. Look at that view. Get in the plane. Shut up. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, a personal request. If anyone has found a watch with a blue band, please notify one of the flight attendants. Again, this is a watch with a blue band. Thank you.
2,500. 2,000.
looks like Ketchikan over here as well, on the other side of the mountain. If that's true, but it looks like you go to the mountain. Yeah. No lights. Water. Never mind, pass on that. Okay, looks like houses alongside the river. Okay, so there you have it. Okay. Just waiting. Okay. Welcome to Ketchikan. Have a nice day.